ABC News and one of its leading hosts, George Stephanopoulos, agreed with President-elect Donald Trump to settle Trump's defamation lawsuit against them, avoiding a potentially costly trial, court filings released Saturday's show. ABC News will pay $15 million by December 24th as a charitable contribution towards a future presidential foundation and museum for Trump.
Well, we're back on the Tim Pool podcast today, and as you can see, he's reading out an article about ABC and George Stephanopoulos being forced to pay Donald Trump as a result of Donald Trump winning his defamation lawsuit against them. And I think this is a good laugh. So I don't know if I'm going to say much on this video, but I think it's fun to watch.
Oh, that is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Okay, so they lied about him, justice and accountability, and Donald Trump is going to make them build a museum and statue for him. Oh, and they're really mad too. Like, MSNBC is losing their mind. ABC News staffers are furious. Like, how could you have paid this? We don't even get paid that well. Oh, it's so glorious. The U.S. District Court of the Southern District of Florida also ordered ABC News and Stephanopoulos to add an editor's note to a March 10th, 2024 article within 24 hours. The note, according to the settlement, will state that ABC News and George Stephanopoulos regret statements regarding President Donald J. Trump made during an interview by George Stephanopoulos with Nancy Mace on ABC's This Week, March 10th, 2024. Both defendants were ordered to also pay $1 million in attorney's fees to Trump's counsel no later. So Trump's going to get a couple million in cash. Donald, you don't need this money, but take the family out for something nice. He doesn't need the $2 million to do it, but I want to see Donald Trump have a $2 million dinner with his family just because it's paid for by these people. We are pleased that the parties have reached an agreement to dismiss the lawsuit on the terms in the court filing, ABC News said. Stephanopoulos had repeatedly pressed Mace over the lawmaker's support for Trump despite her personal story of suffering rape in teenage years. Donald Trump has been found liable for rape by a jury. Donald Trump has been found liable for defaming the victim of that rape by a jury. It's been affirmed by a judge. I mean, that's all false. And he iterated and reiterated and stated, like, yes, yes. It was not a criminal court case. Number one. Number two, I live with shame. And you're asking me a question about my political choices, trying to shame me as a rape victim. Woo! I wonder if they have that story about the ABC News staff over the suit, because apparently the ABC News isn't going to write about it. But the apparently, oh man, everybody's writing about it. They are so pissed off. Apparently, ABC News staff are losing their minds over this one. Mother Jones has the story. Why the ABC News settlement with Trump is complicated. The defamation lawsuit centered on comments anchor George Stephanopoulos made about the outcome of a civil lawsuit against Trump brought by writer E. Jean Carroll. And they say they're going to pay it out, blah, blah, blah. Stephanopoulos was referring to a lawsuit brought by E. Jean Carroll. And as Katie wrote, the jurors did not find that Carroll had proven rape. Judge Lewis Kaplan explained, does not mean that she failed to prove that Mr. Trump raped her, as many people commonly understand the word rape. Indeed. As the evidence at trial recounted below makes clear, the jury found that Mr. Trump did exactly that. Federally, rape is defined as, I'm not going to, yeah. You have to actually engage in the activities, and that's not what the jury found. The judge made a bold statement. Blah, blah, blah. Well, here we currently are with End Wokeness saying MSNBC host just repeated the same lie that forced ABC to pay $15 million to Trump. Listen to this.
I would just say, I mean, this feels like it has a real chilling effect. Like, I mean, shout out to the standards department. Okay, standards is always making sure that we are keeping the bar high and substantive and accurate. But what George Stephanopoulos said in that interview, I mean, it seems to hold up with what the judge said after the fact. And now his news organization and himself, George Stephanopoulos himself, is paying $1 million of his own money to...
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Donald Trump, I humbly request you sue MSNBC. I can already hear the armchair lawyers saying, Tim, no, because what she said was that the judge essentially said, confirm... Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's listen to that one more time, ladies and gentlemen.
Said in that interview, substantive and accurate, but what George Stephanopoulos said in that interview, I mean, it seems to hold up with what the judge said after the fact. And
Really? Does it? If what George Stephanopoulos said was not a problem, then he wouldn't have lost that defamation lawsuit, and he wouldn't be out of pocket for $1 million, and ABC wouldn't be out of pocket for $15 million.
and now he's
George Stephanopoulos said a jury found him guilty of rape. The judge said the law is a bit different, but this does seem, to be exactly that. I think we have. Let's make sure we get the actual quote. The jurors did not find. Quote: the jurors did not find that Carroll had proven rape. So for MSNBC to then come out and say the judge effectively said exactly that, or that he confirmed something, is not true. Not true. As many people commonly understand the word rape. Indeed, as the evidence trial recounted below makes clear, the jury found that Mr. Trump, in fact, did exactly that. The thing here is the judge opining on what he thinks one could argue is not, in fact, what the jury said. So I think MSNBC is probably going to get away with this one. I don't think Trump's going to file another lawsuit, though he should. Then we have this
case, but
this beautiful segment from everyone's favorite CNN, Jim Acosta and Brian Stelter, who are awful, awful people. But let's hear.
Just not the case. But I just feel, and I wonder how you feel about that aspect of all of this. I mean, to me, it seems this is a time for our industry to stand firm. And we're going to have a very important job to do. And that's not putting us on a pedestal or anything like that, but we're going to have a very important job to do because Trump is not going to change his ways when he gets back in the Oval Office. He's going to continue to say things that need to be fact-checked. And you can't have the news industry worrying about this sort of stuff when they're just simply doing their jobs.
Is CNN still actually a thing? Are Jim Acosta and Brian Stelter really still around? It's amazing. It's gonna be glorious seeing them melt down once Trump takes office for the second time, because Brian Stelter, well, both of these two, Brian Stelter and Jim Acosta, are absolute muppets, both of them, and I just can't wait to see just CNN in general and these two in particular melting down. And of course, yeah, that's been the whole talk, even on the Young Turks, of course, but all across the legacy media sphere, is that supposedly this Trump winning this defamation suit supposedly is going to have a chilling effect on freedom of the press or something like that. No, the press just needs to be accurate in what it reports and not tell lies, and that means we have to fact check the press, obviously. They haven't been, the media, the legacy media have not been getting fact checked nearly enough. And if they're going to, write libelous statements and defame people, they have to be held accountable.
Actually, that's what you do worry about all the time in the news industry. I know. I run a large news company.
Well, if some bend the knee, others have to stand up straighter. The former Time magazine editor Richard Stengel said this morning, Trump has sued dozens of publications and media outlets in the past, trying to, quote, intimidate the press into self-censorship, not to actually win any particular case. He did win, in this case, with a big payment. But that broader concern about self-censorship is one that I know many viewers and readers are worried about. And ultimately,
That's
Jim,
right.
as you know, we work for them. We work for the viewers, not
That's
for
right.
anybody else.
Oh my God, to listen to Brian Stelter and Jim Acosta say that they work for the viewers. It's just all about presenting the truth to the American public and more broadly to the world. Yeah, I'm sure that's the only thing on their mind. Anyway, I just had to present this video to you guys because I just think it's absolutely hilarious that Donald Trump won this defamation suit. If he won, he won, and will it have a chilling effect? Will the legacy media have to self-censor? Well, maybe they should. Maybe they should censor themselves from saying untruths. Gosh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. In the meantime, like and subscribe. Really helps me grow the channel and continue making content for you.